might know a little bit about tea as far as the background of tea in Japan. It is hundreds and hundreds of years old. We are part of a group of people that are carrying on this rather ancient tradition from Japan. Our guest today is Henjoji Sensei from Portland area. And as a proper guest, she enters the tea room and walks to the tokonoma, the alcove, which is, as it is today, usually decorated, you might say, with a scroll and flowers. Today's scroll, can anybody read it? Anybody read Japanese? Sometimes there's wa, and wa is one of the four principles of tea. Wa, harmony; kei, respect; sei, purity; and jaku is tranquility. So today, wa is the focal point and the feel of harmony amongst us. Many times there are flowers in the tokonoma, as you see today. And again, as a proper guest, what she's doing is paying her respects at the tokonoma and then at the utensils. Traditionally, that brazier on the bottom there has charcoal fire. We only use electricity, part of modern conveniences. And then she takes her designated seat in the tea room. In tea, a lot of people have witnessed tea being made. It's just as important to be a proper guest as a proper host. So there's a balance in the tea room. Our teishu today, or person making tea, is Krieger Sensei, who is from White Salmon, Washington, and is here today. Sweets are served. And as you notice, she ducked a little bit when she went out of the room. That is a feeling of like paying attention to how you're walking, right? So you gently walk in. Sensei is going to bring in a group of utensils that will be used in making tea. This is the mizusashi, or the cold water container. And natsume. The natsume, you can see it's a red container that actually holds the powdered tea that will be used. If you notice also, actually in the tea room itself, it's very little. So for you to get the full appreciation of the ceremony and of the movements of the ceremony, I'm not going to do much talking right now, so you can focus in on actually what she's doing. The movements require concentration and studying. And in brief, she will purify the utensils, make the bowl of tea, serve the bowl of tea. within the intimate walls of the tea room, you not only become aware of the actions that are going on, the sound and the lack of sound. So you probably heard, although we have competition, you heard the trickle of the water, and then you heard it stop. So it's balancing. So please take a sweet. And again, sweets are taken to balance out taste of the tea. So the tea is a powdered form at this point. She put that in the tea bowl and then added water, is whisking it so it becomes a frothy drink, and then we'll present it to the guest. The phrase that was used in thanks was otemai chodai itashimasu, which roughly translates into thank you for letting me partake in this tea. It's not thanks for the tea. It's like everything that you've done today to make this tea special. For example, perhaps the person making tea would have fixed the garden up, right? Obviously, so the dialogue was, please finish. And then the host says, yes, I will finish. In other words, the guest has been satisfied. One bowl of tea was wonderful. The sweetened tea were great, thank you, but continue. So now the teishu, the person making tea, cleans up. Now, I don't know about your houses, But when I invite somebody to my house, that's the time. These are the moments where you make that level of comfort, where you just enjoy what's going on in the tea room. One question that's usually asked is there conversation? There can be conversation in the tea room, though usually it is restricted in a sense to what's going on in the tea room. You don't necessarily start a whole conversation about a movie you saw 2 weeks ago, or the air show you're going to later, or something like that. You restrict it to what's going on in the tea room. Perhaps, like in my case, I don't read Japanese, a little here and there. So during the course of having tea, I might have turned to the host and said, please read the scroll to me. What does the scroll mean? It's beautiful. Who penned it, right? Who is the calligrapher? The flowers are beautiful. What are they? Or aren't they such and such? It just said, may I see the natsume, the tea container, and chashaku, the scoop. May I see those closer? She's actually had a chance to sip from the bowl, and she viewed the bowl, so she had that in her hands. But she wants to see these two particular items. So again, instead of going here, look at them. What the host does is cleanses, makes sure it looks nice, prepares it, and then offers it to the guest. The cleaning, the preparation of the utensils in tea is not divorced from yourself. It's not cleaning something else. In the way you're cleaning it, you're cleansing yourself. You're breathing, you're in tune to actually your movements going across that lacquer. With the thought of making it special for that guest.